Hey, 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 what's up? What's up out there in Facebook land? Coach Mo here with your chaos tip of the day. Welcome to my page. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Mernice Oliver. I'm affectionately known as Coach Mo, Queen Quiet Storm, bringing the calm to all of your business chaos. I help agency owners and sales producers, as well as women entrepreneurs, create revenue opportunities out of their specific business chaos. I help my clients create a strategic plan to create their best life first and then create their best business now. I help my clients really understand how they can recognize and avoid the pitfalls of a dying business or a dying agency, more specifically if you're in insurance, and how not to allow that chaos of the business to usurp your life and take over. So, very excited to be with you today. Wanted to jump on and share our chaos tip of the day. And today is all about top 10 bad A networking tips for entrepreneurs and insurance agents. So here are two things that I know for sure and I know to be a fact. Hey, Millicent, thank you for joining me. Here's what I know about networking. The more people you know, the more opportunities that you'll have to sell your specific product or service. So that's number one. Number two, networking events is one of the best ways to meet a lot of people quickly and to build your list quicker. So if you are not networking, then you're really missing the boat in terms of growing your network and growing your business. And so I don't want you to miss the boat there. I don't want you to miss the bus. So let me give you these top 10 tips, or I can say Coach Mo's top 10 tips about networking. So number one is you want to position yourself as a connector. And what I mean by that is when you attend a networking event, start introducing people that you meet to other people that you already know that's at the event. Walk them around. You know what I would do when I was networking? I would always look for the individuals who were either sitting by themselves, kind of looking a little lost, or maybe they're standing on the wall, not really interacting. I saw that as a perfect opportunity to really position myself as an expert in my field, but also as a connector within the networking organization, and it really worked well. I was able to grow my list to over 1,000 clients and new contacts within a 12-month period by doing that. Just positioning yourself as being a connector. So when you go to that networking event, try that little tip. If you see somebody sitting alone and kind of being the lone ranger out, bring them in, walk them around, introduce them. I promise you it'll work for you. All right, so that's tip number one. Tip number two, okay, y'all, you can't go to the networking event late. You have to show up early. Remember, you are trying to grow your agency or grow your business, and so you certainly don't want to drag your feet with this. So you want to show up early, and why you want to show up early is a couple of things. The organizers are already there. They are the people in the know. They're the ones, probably they are the connectors. And so they're going to be able to connect you with your ideal or your target client. But they can't do that if they don't know who you are. So what I would do when I was out networking, I would show up early and I would volunteer to help with the setup, help set out food, pass out, brochures, or greet people at the door. Wherever there's a need, I jumped in and helped. Not only does it allow you to be exposed to more people, but the people that are already in a position as a connector begin to get to know who you are. They know your name. They want to learn more about what you do. Hence, you're able to make more sales and build your business by doing that and building relationships. I tell my clients all the time, relationships is really the new currency. Okay, it's not that green dollar bill. It's going to be relationships. And so you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself where you're building those solid and strong relationships. So that's tip number two. Show up to the events early. All right. Tip number three, don't talk shop. And what I mean by that is you don't want to just go in and you're just blabbing all over the place about, you're talking about insurance, or you're talking about sales, or you're talking about marketing. Nobody wants to hear that. Typically at a networking event, there's a lot of alcohol, there's food, people are there to relax and kind of just chill. Yes, they want to build relationships, but they don't someone that's there just specifically talking shop. And so you want to stay away from that. You want to make small talk about, what's going on in the world right now, maybe freshen up on some of the headlines that are going on before you go to the networking event, and you're able to talk about those things. Now, stay away from politics, religion, and sex. That's my disclaimer. You don't want to talk about those things at a networking event, but you can talk about the Braves or what's going on with the Falcons, and then people want to be engaged because they're talking about things that they want to talk about at the networking event. But stay away from talking shop. So that's tip number 3. Stay away from that. Number 4, finding more networking opportunities. Yesterday, when I did my video about your productivity, I mentioned that you want to make sure that you're networking at least a minimum of 1 networking event per week, at least a minimum of that. And so here are some ways or some other organizations that you can look into to connect and start networking. So number 1, Chamber of Commerce. Number 2, business networking groups. There are mastermind groups. Great way to meet people is to join meetup.com, Eventbrite. They have tons of networking events, and I use that specifically myself, Meetup. And I also use the Chamber of Commerce, their calendar, to see what's going on and see what events that I can do. And I go ahead and plan it out for the whole month. And you may want to plan it out for the first quarter.